I'm going to be showing you today how to get this ombre look using two different neon strips. So you are going to need a couple things. You're going to need your nail polish remover. I personally prefer the Mineral Fusion. You are going to need a Q-tip. And then you are going to need your two different colors. And then I also have a top coat on top of mine. So I have already, I'm going to do these two fingers for you. I've already got my base coat down. So this is actually Nevada Neon. And then this one right here is Electric City. So I'm going to be using these two strips. So basically what I'm going to do is I want to get a straight line between the two. So I am actually going to cut my second color, the color I am putting at the tip, in half into two pieces after I peel off that first protective layer. Then I am going to go ahead and take my strip. I like to give it just a little stretch just to make sure it goes all the way around. And then I'm going to place it about halfway down the nail, like so. Make sure it's stretched nice and good. And I'm going to put that down on my nail. Now, I recently did my thumbnail, so I'm going to be actually using a cuticle pusher to remove the excess off of my nail. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other nail as well. Now normally you would pull from the other side because you're using the rounded edge, but I'm not. I'm using the straight edge that I cut, so I want to pull from that opposite end so I don't ruffle it. And again, I'm gonna go, well, maybe not that far down. Just a little out. Just remember, it's gonna you're gonna be taking off a decent little bit of it, so you want to make sure that you're not going too far up, or it'll be like a lot closer to the tip. So it just depends. Just depends where you want that little ombre-ish bleed to go. Now this works with the neons because there is like a white layer up underneath the neon. So there you go. So that's essentially what I'm doing. And then I am going to take my little Q-tip, and I want it nice and tight. So I'm just gonna dip it in the thing and then give it a little rub just to make sure it's all nice and tight on there. And then I'm actually going to be taking this and just rubbing it on. Now you don't want to just soak because it's gonna pull off too much. So you're just gonna kind of rub until you get a little bit of that yellow to go away. And see, I took off a little bit too much of the pink because I rubbed like that. It's really kind of difficult to get into that little layer. But the cool thing is that I'm actually going to be putting these on top. So it is a-okay that I did that. So I'm gonna have to trim these down, but basically that was silly of me. I should have left that on there till I did the other one. Oops. Put it on your nail like that. So you can still see the ombre underneath it. But now I've got a nice, pretty palm leaf right on top. Now I did a reverse of these on one of my other nails, so the leaves were in different spots. But basically, give you the gist, and then I'll do the other nail so you can see it. This is a lot harder to do with the cuticle pusher when there are so many layers on your nails. Especially the neons are quite thick. Just peel off that extra little bit that doesn't want to come off. There it goes. Okay, so as you can see, I did do them opposite. So this one I did the yellow on the bottom and the pink on the top, and this was the pink on the bottom with the yellow on the top. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I'm gonna grab a new Q-tip. The tighter the little wrapped thing, the better. You don't want one that's like all over the place, which is why I kind of rubbed it on the inside of the cap just so it kind of stays tight without ruining my nail polish, except for where I want it to ruin my nail polish. So again, I'm just going to take the polish remover and just going to kind of keep going over it. Get a little more. Till I get, there we go. That's beautiful. That's the bleed I want, just like that. A little bit of white in there. I went a little bit too far on that. And then after that's done, again, I am just gonna find this little palm before the storm, plop it right on there where I want it. This one I was trying to cover that white, so I moved it a little further over, so it's a little different. I like that it's different though. I don't need my nails to be exactly the same. So I peel off a little extra. Again, I'm having to do this just because I'm using too big of a strip, because that's what I have open right now. I don't want to open another one. So I'm going let's trim off the excess route. And there we go. How pretty is that? Cool little ombre look. I'm gonna do my pinkies next, but there we go.